What's up, everybody? It's Chris from the BrahjCast, bringing you episode number 11. Today I bring back author extraordinaire Belart Wright, and he updates us on the books he's writing and the gaming that he's recording. We also make some pretty bold New Year's resolutions. Fuck it, I made it through on take 2. This is amazing, so I'm not going to blow it. Let's just start this show.
And now, this is the moment BrahjCast fans listening around the world have been waiting for. Live from the BrahjCast studios in Maizomanie, Wisconsin, it's time! 1 hour of mind-blowing conversation for the podcasting championship of the world. Introducing first, casting out of his office corner, he is a Jiu-Jitsu Grandmaster and a black belt at Knowledge Bomb University, boasting a perfect podcasting record of 420 wins with 0 losses. He stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 180 1/2 pounds, fighting out of Maizomanie, Wisconsin, introducing the reigning, defending, podcasting champion of the world, the BrahjCast very own Christopher Michael Carowitz.
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you all right. I could get you a little louder. I don't know if you're just far away from a mic or in your bathroom.
No, I changed the setting on this mic to what's it called? The one that you can only hear from the front.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, it sounds a little lighter, I guess. I don't know what the fucking term is. Quieter, I guess.
Oh, from the last time?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll change it right quick.
That's cool.
How about that one? Is that better?
Getting there.
All right, hold on, one more. How about that one?
I don't know, kind of the same.
Okay. Damn.
Shit, maybe are you just a little farther away from the mic?
Not well. Yeah, I am actually. Let me scoot up a little bit. I just turned the gain up too. Is that a little bit better?
It's a little bit better, yeah.
All right. Yeah, hopefully you can't hear my neighbors, because that's the problem I had when I was recording. I had the gain up, right? And then I stay in an apartment, so I could hear like stuff in other parts. Like, fuck, man, I don't want to hear all that.
Me too, man. I understand all that. Me too. So what the fuck's been going on, man?
Besides fumbling with technology,
Yeah.
quite a bit actually, man, since the last time.
Yeah, it looks like it was about 3 months ago since you were on.
Damn, 3 months. That's like a long time ago, but that's also it's also not that long. But so much shit has happened in between then and now that it feels like a year ago almost.
Yep, I hear that.
How about you? What you been up to?
Man, lately just getting out of the holiday funk. Went into the holidays feeling good, and man, then it got really fucking cold here in Wisconsin. Really
Awesome.
fucking cold, man, and everybody fucking got sick. Just everybody's feeling like shit, and just put me in a real a funk, you know, like I haven't been creative lately, you know, and I was like, yeah, just that's why I've been reaching out to everybody, and I want to talk to everybody and get inspired again and listen to other people and tell me that they're doing their right and everything to get me back on track.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get you inspired today, man. We've just we're gonna talk about a bunch of shit because I've been going through a bunch of shit too, and shit like we're pretty much neighbors as far as states go. Like I'm in Michigan.
All right, so yeah,
so-
you're dealing with that cold.
Oh hell yeah, negative 3 degree days and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nuts. But I'm used to it. I mean, I've been staying here all my life and stuff like that. So I
So
figured November was too damn nice, man. November was
yeah,
like super nice.
yep. Even into December, we were having 50-degree days in mid-December.
Yeah, it was warm as hell. So I knew we were gonna get something.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be like 40 degrees next week here, though, for a couple minutes.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So that shouldn't be too bad. We'll get a little taste of it.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. I'll probably get out the house and do stuff.
But it's better than fucking 3 feet of snow, man.
True. We only got a couple inches of snow one of those weeks. So that's something we've been blessed with overall here in my general area.
Yep. Same here. It looks like the East Coast is just the place to be if you want to get 3 feet of snow or some shit like that, man. It sucks.
Nah, forget that.
Man,
I'm good where I am.
No thanks, man. That's horrible. And I think about those big cities like New York and Boston and shit, and they get all that snow and they got to like truck that snow out. There's no places like we have in the Midwest where you just have huge parking lots and shit.
Right.
And you just make 15-foot piles of dirty snow and shit. That they put that shit in trucks and then haul it out, man. That's a big operation.
Did you see that shit in Boston where it basically flooded and like they had like there was like a dumpster floating down the street?
No.
And Boston's like the fucking water level was like it's like super high, like it's fucked up. But yeah, it was just like this big ass dumpster like just floating down the street. I was like, whoa, that's fucking serious. So yeah.
Did you have a good New Year? Did you do anything for New Year's?
See, that's exactly what I want to talk to you about. Like, I didn't do the holiday; didn't even register to me. Like, I didn't care either way it went. Like,
isn't that weird?
From Christmas to New, for me, is normal. Like, I don't, I'm just so focused. I'm just like doing my own thing. I'm just such a grump, I guess. Like, I just don't care about the holidays.
Well, the older I get, the less I do too, and sometimes, because it's like, what really. Like you use the word focused, and that's a good thing to be, like you're so focused that you ain't got time for this fucking pretty much Hallmark holidays. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like you forgot, mom or dad's birthday or like that's a holiday.
Right.
Like this is like, a Hallmark holiday where you feel almost forced to fucking, put on the show and put up the bling and spend fucking money and
right. Oh, fuck that.
Dude, and this year, me and the wife, we didn't even put up a fucking tree. We just didn't really catch the bug or, like the holiday. I don't know what it was. I mean, we went and we did the Christmas thing and exchanged gifts with family and stuff. But as far as like here, it was pretty chill, and I don't know, it was weird. And I felt weird at first, but after a while, I was like, I guess it is what it is, man. It doesn't matter.
Right. Right. To me, like for me, like that is just so ingrained in me now that that's a thing. But like, it's, when I think about it, like it's kind of sad when you think about like before what what it meant to you before or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I don't have kids. So for me, like it's not really a thing. Like, like if I had kids or whatever, maybe I would like, do something for them. But, as an adult, there's so many other things to worry about that Christmas is like the last thing on my mind.
No shit. If we were all smart, we would spend our Christmases like 5 or 6 days after Christmas because, man, everything is on fucking sale. You get all sorts of baller ass shit.
Yes, and see, that's part of it too. That's part of the reason. Like I've ever since I was like 18 or so, like Christmas hasn't been a thing for me because I've seen like my family members struggle to get Christmas gifts, and then like after Christmas, like struggle to pay bills and stuff like that. Just 'cause they have to get stuff for Christmas, and I'm like, that's just so stupid. That's just so backwards. Just save up, visit people, maybe, do something like that. But like all this like race to get shit for Christmas is just it's not worth it.
Right. And it's more or less just, man, honestly, it's like our Christmas is more converted into just a gift card Christmas.
Right.
There used to be fucking 100 presents under the tree at my mom's house. And, there's a quarter of that now. And everybody kind of got envelopes and shit, filled with gift cards, and which is cool, which is totally cool. I mean, that shit comes in handy, you know,
yeah.
versus getting like a coffee maker or some shit. I'd rather get a $50 gift card to Target instead of that. You know what I'm saying? But
spend it how you want.
But it's also, in a sense, you're losing like it's like becoming impersonal, you know. It's just like this general ass shit where you're just basically handing me money and I'm basically handing you money, and what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we even doing here?
See, and that's crazy, because like you're not the only one with that experience. That seems to be becoming like an overall, just in terms of what I'm seeing anyway.
Right.
Like overall thing with a lot of different people. So that is crazy that is becoming like that, so impersonal.
It's just doesn't even seem like it's but I don't know. I hope that there's still a fucking shit ton of kids out there that believe in Santa Claus, you know, and you know, can't fucking wait for December 25th like I was when I was a kid. Man, December 1 to 24 felt like the whole year. And now it was awesome, like, oh shit, it's already fucking Christmas? Like, whoa. You know?
Yeah.
Make sure I get a day off. That's really all I give a fuck about now.
Yeah, that too. I think that contributed to me not caring about Christmas, because I worked at a old folks home for like the longest in the kitchen, and we were never off for like holidays like that, because you know old people got to eat too.
Yeah, 24.
So, yeah, so we got to be up bright and early. We got to be there by like 7 a.m. to serve them. So like never got the day off really. So it's just like whatever. It kind of, I was already feeling like whatever, Christmas not a thing, but that like contributed to it. Like I don't even get the day off. So.
Right. Just another Monday, man.
It's another Monday.
So then did you make it up? Were you awake at midnight for the New Year's or no?
For New Year's, yeah. My nephew, I did celebrate with my nephew and my mom. My nephew brought like beers. He brought the Miller High Life.
Well, there it is.
And, yeah, we had some beers or whatever. But that was about it. Like we didn't do nothing too crazy. They have a tradition in Detroit of shooting into the air. Oh boy! Yes. So there was plenty of that. So I made sure to stay well away from the windows.
Jesus.
On that night. But yeah, that's basically it. I worked that day on my books and stuff like that, and might have played some video games, but it's pretty normal day.
Nice. What are you playing right now?
Playing all types of shit, really. Yeah. But now I'm like, remember when I told you I was like gonna be uploading more to the YouTube channel? Yeah, I'm actually doing that more. So I got a game playing schedule now.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm playing 2 games right now. The one's called Neo, is this action adventure title from last year. It's kind of horror based too, a little bit. You ever hear of like Onimusha?
Yes.
Video game. It's like that, but it's like for the new systems, it's like a Japanese hack and slash.
Okay.
Find, like Japanese demons called yokai, and
nice.
You got all these weapons and shit like that. It's like hundreds of different weapons. You got different fighting stances and finishing moves and shit like that.
Is this PC or PlayStation?
I believe it is PC as well, but it's definitely on PlayStation. I don't believe it's on Xbox One. But definitely
I've never heard of it for Xbox One. That's for sure.
Yeah, PS4 and I'm sure PC. You might be able to get it on Steam, I believe. So
man, I got to get a PlayStation 4. There's some access to a lot more titles in that genre.
Dude, like I switched to Xbox only for like the 360, because 360 had a lot of exclusives. But for this generation, I saw it right on the wall. I was like, I know I had to get a PS4
for sure. They're only $200 right now, too, man, for a brand new one.
Grab it if you can. Grab it, man. Yeah. It's totally worth it. And plus, if you get like the little PlayStation Plus, you get like they give you like 6 free games every month.
Nice
for the various. I got it just for that. You get free games for like PS3, PS4, PSP, and like PS Vita.
Nice. Yeah, they do that for the Xbox. If you have gold, you get like a free 360 game every 2 weeks and like a free Xbox One game. But of course, they're never gonna hook you up with like a new fucking game or anything like that. It's usually something that's fairly popular but old school.
Yeah, like for both of them, it usually like maybe like 6 months to a year after I actually buy one of the games, it'll show up on one of those.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, like I could have waited.
For sure.
Yeah, but I got that going on Tuesdays and Thursdays, the Neo, and then on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I upload Dot Hack Last Recode, which is a collection of 4 different games from the old Dot Hack GU series from the PS2.
You have those?
Yeah, well, it's one game. They put them on into like an HD collection.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, so it's like 4 or 5 different games in this one collection, and I'm playing through that right now. I played the old games, but now I'm getting to play them.
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, if you have the single versions of those in like the fucking original black case, those are worth some money. I feel like they're like at least $60 or $100 a piece, or more than that. Am I wrong?
Oh shit! I actually don't know. I think because
definitely.
you might be right, because I know there's 2 Dot Hack series, right?
Right.
There's the first one, which I used to call them expansion packs. It was like a four disc series, but it was all really just one game on 4 different discs.
Right.
That one might be worth like a lot of money. I'm not sure about the GU games, though. There are like 3 of those, but it could be. I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping up with that.
I'm looking at eBay right now on my phone. Lot of 4 Dot Hack Part 1, 2, 3, and 4. PS2 Infection Mutation Outbreak.
Yes,
sealed.
that's the original series right there. Yeah,
sealed is $550 for all 4.
I figured the original, because I was just looking
They're
at
rare.
Yeah. Damn, that sucks, because I was actually thinking about buying those over again, because I was getting nostalgic, but I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to rustle up that anytime soon.
Yeah, me and my wife were into fucking thrift store hunting and fucking garbage. What the fuck am I saying? Garage sailing.
Oh yeah.
And so I got into looking, what should I even be fucking looking for? And we always would come up on a lot of old school Xbox and PlayStation 1 and 2 games. So I was searching like eBay for high price shit, and I kept seeing this Dot Hack. I had no fucking clue what it was. But man, they're like fucking $600, $400. There's somebody actually bid $300 on a set of 6 of them. So I mean, they're actually selling. Damn,
I'm glad you told me that. That saves me a lot of heartbreak later. Because legit, like this, maybe 3 days ago, I was listening to like music from the soundtrack, because I'm playing the GU games, which are sequels to those games, and I'm like, damn, this is like a continuation of that original story. I want to play those original games over again. But shit, I'm not gonna be playing those anytime soon.
No.
Just YouTube them then. Shit.
So how long is a gaming session for you then that you will upload?
Typically I'll game on a weekend day, like a Saturday, and I might spend like half of that day just gaming, recording for the channel. Mm-hmm. And then for the week I typically don't play games, so I just spend that time uploading and doing the rest of the stuff I got during that week.
How do you capture that much footage? Because that's a lot of footage then, isn't it? I would imagine that's a big file, a lot of big files.
A lot of big files. At first, I was actually doing recording through the Xbox, and I did get an Elgato for that.
Okay.
But for the PS4 games, I just started doing it because the PS4 has a game capture function on it.
Okay.
So I was just saving them via that, and I actually have a external hard drive that I save my games to.
Okay.
So I just save everything to the PS4. But the annoying thing is the PS4 recording software is kind of annoying. And anytime you record certain games, it'll have like this big ass kind of like copyright thing in the upper, yeah. So I'm probably just gonna start recording on my own. Just leaving the PS4 service alone
for sure
pretty soon, and I'm probably gonna start adding some commentary to it too. So we'll see. I'm just learning all this stuff.
For
just
sure.
see what works. Yeah,
absolutely. I just wonder, because I don't know anybody really else that's in that game, and I'd like to know more about it, because when I watch people, because I play PUBG, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and I'll watch people play that online, and I'm like, well, fuck, man, I could do this. I could fucking do this.
Right.
But there's a dude sitting on a screen behind a green, obviously he has a green screen behind him. He's got nice gear. He's got a computer that can fucking do all this shit. I don't know. Right. I just don't know all of the technical necessities in the background there. It looks easy to do. Like, oh, anybody can do it. But really, when you sit down and you're like, all right, I'm going to fucking do this, I'm sure it's hard as shit.
I would say some stuff is like I haven't tried my hands at like live streaming or anything like that.
Right.
But I've already got like half of the shit to do that sort of thing, like sound canceling gear, the professional microphones and that type of stuff.
For sure.
So it's tough, I would think, but it just requires like some basic level research to do a lot of this stuff.
Right, one step at a time. Fucking get it going. Is that something you see yourself wanting to fucking do?
Eventually, yeah. Eventually, once I have everything else I got, going well, like once everything else is like automatic, like the writing and stuff like that.
Right.
Eventually, hell yeah. I would actually like to do something like this with my boys because we also design games and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So once we get our game and shit going, I would like to kind of make like a YouTube channel or like a Twitch channel or something like that. And get some multiplayer games, some single player games, because our gaming interests are so diverse, and that's kind of what unites us too. Is like we just like different aspects about games and shit. So like I could I could play like single player adventure style games or whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My boy could play like his RPGs, his JRPGs and shit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, I would love to do some more shit like this.
Yeah, for sure. I've got like a sport, I want to have a football game when I'm feeling like playing a fucking Madden, so I have a Madden and I have a UFC game when I want to do some fighting, or I have my Destiny sitting in the background, just kind of like a little game of every kind of genre in case I want to,
right.
Because I can't really just play one game forever. I'm just not one of them dudes. And, that's a good thing and a bad thing because it doesn't allow me to really master any game, but allows me to at least be pretty decent, but allows me to fucking see what the fuck's out there and sample and taste, see what everybody else is getting into.
Right. Only game I spend a shit ton of time in is Borderlands. And that's about it. And even that I haven't mastered like everything in that game.
That's a deep ass game.
Oh, I fucking love it.
And that's another thing about these games now that these systems are fucking through the roof. PS4 and Xbox One X and all this crazy shit. And these games they're putting out have the ability to just be so huge you'll never really like completely win or beat it. There's always DLC. The adventure's always continuing. $20 here, $20 more there. It's weird. Gaming has changed. Gone are the days where you can rent a game over the weekend and beat it and see everything that there is to see.
Yeah, I actually love that. But at the same time, what I don't love is shit comes out like so fast and there's so much of it. Like you can't like, like me, I can't like, I'm just getting to like the best games of 2017. the games that like Neo, like my current series is actually the best games of 2017. I'm finally getting to play all the shit I wanted to play last year.
Mm-hmm.
Neo, Horizon Zero Dawn, Persona 5, and I was near, and I still got to play Zelda. I still haven't even touched Zelda.
Me neither. Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's just like so much came out, and then 2018 just gonna bring more stuff, and I still haven't played like the shit from my like list of shit that happened.
It's just gonna keep growing, man.
It's gonna keep growing. So I gotta figure something out to play at my own pace or something. But that's just how fast games are coming out. Like you just can't play them all, or can't you can't master all of them. So it's probably best to play them like you play them. Just get a taste of them all.
Yeah, I guess so. Right.
Mm-hmm. My brother plays them like that, and I always wondered why. But now that you say that makes a lot of sense.
What else has been going on with Hell's Glitch, man?
Hell's Glitch, I finally after a long fucking stretch of I don't know, some type of funk I was in myself for months on end. Finally back into it.
Nice.
Basically, I was struggling with this short story of all things. Like the whole series has been nothing but these long ass books, and and that writing went pretty smooth. But I get to this short story, and it's just like a stop sign right in my way. So yeah, I'm finally getting back into it, and I'm actually about to put the kibosh on this Kalika short story. So Hell's Glitch has two protagonists now. You
Mm-hmm.
got the main series, which is Sam, but now I got this side series, which which features one of the fan favorite characters from Hell's Glitch, one of the elite players that everybody was like wondering about.
Yep.
It features her adventures, and we find out that basically she's a speed runner.
Nice.
So this series is about a speed runner who's basically inside this Hell's Glitch universe.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm pretty much almost done with that. I got uploads for the next couple weeks for WattPad, and I got the story all mapped out for at least a couple books. So it's going good.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Anything? Where did the speedrunner come from, or is that something you've been kind of sitting on and waiting to incorporate, or did something just spark that recently?
Oh yeah, like Hell's Glitch, a lot of the elements are already pretty planned out pretty well. So speedrunner was always there. I just never, because it was somebody else's story, I never got to delve into this character, Kalika.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but she always had her history. She was always a speedrunner, this, that, and the other. What like made me really want to get to it is a recent respect I basically have for speedrunners, and I basically wanted to show off, basically how they work, how they think and stuff like that, and like incorporate that into like a story.
What would be like the basic description of a speedrunner in the Hell's Glitch universe?
I guess the same way like that. The same description of a real life speedrunner. Like they have like very analytical minds, like you wouldn't think like you're just seeing somebody run through a game, like this person just running through the game. But
no, yeah, you're 8 steps ahead when you're going that fast. Otherwise, you're dead.
Yeah, you have to know so much. I kind of feel like these guys have like photographic memories because
right.
Because all that information, like you have to know like exactly where to jump at like certain times and stuff like that. Like that's like high level, genius level shit right there. So
yes.
I've just always been amazed when I've looked at the way speedrunners operate, and it kind of just got my imagination running. Like, how would a character, if I pluck that type of person inside of this type of game, how would they operate and do things? So,
yeah, the first speed run I saw was Mario Brothers. I think somebody did it in like fucking 8 minutes or 8 hours. I don't remember what it was. It was ridiculously fast though, and maybe I watched it on like super high speed, and is why it was 8 minutes, but like time lapse or something. But
it probably wasn't. That's the crazy thing. It might not have been.
Just like you said, hit all these jumps perfectly, and I remember going through these places scared as fuck, and he's just bloop, 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 real quick, and just like nailed it, broke some record. I was like, holy shit, this is a thing. I had no fucking clue, man.
Yeah, I think those Mario speedrunners are actually some of the best speedruns I've ever seen.
That's crazy. Then I see like I don't know if it's called like a speed run, but I believe it was that Dark Souls game.
Yep.
Somebody like went through it with no armor and like no weapons and won the whole game or some shit like that, and it made like headlines and some shit like, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Oh yeah.
That's
There's
insane.
Yeah. That's why I'm so fascinated with that, and I just wanted to write something like that, like people who can like use exploits to like do shit in the game that shouldn't be possible. Like
I like that. That's cool.
This is so fucking cool to me. So I just wanted to write about that. I don't even know if my book's gonna be anywhere near as cool as that shit is, but just taking that and just putting it in that environment, I just thought that would be pretty interesting.
That's awesome.
Yep. So yeah, Kalika, I'm working on that, and I actually got like a lot of inspiration to just write a bunch of shit this year. Like I told myself I'm gonna write and publish 5 books this year.
Damn.
I don't know if I'm gonna hit that shit.
I like it.
I don't know if I'm gonna come close to hitting that shit, but I just told myself like dude, do this shit, do it. Like make every day towards this goal. Like just every day pounding it out, trying to put 5 books out there.
Man, I like it. I like that a lot.
So I might kill myself in the process of trying to do that, but that's the goal right there.
Man, if I could get 5 books out, my entire series would be done. That would be amazing.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
Such a relief, such a load off the shoulders. But you know what? As
Yeah.
we sit here and talk about it, it's like, what am I saying? Like, I'm saying it like it can't be done. Like I'm saying some impossible task. It can be.
Yeah.
Oh, such a bitch. You know, such a lazy turd.
That's pretty much how I feel. Like
God.
I just looked at and that's the next book after Kalika is the last Hell's Glitch book. I just told myself, like, you know, you're struggling with this for so long, just do it, man. Just get it out there, just do it, just work on it, you know, no matter what, just put it out there. So I feel you, man. I fucking feel you.
Man.
Like, we just gotta do it. We gotta get off our ass, stop feeling bad for ourselves, and just fucking do it. Just fucking do it.
I know, man. I know what the story is. The whole outline's there. It's
Right.
The whole story's in my head every day.
Right.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right. It's the fucking getting there. It's the fucking the middle ground, the in between, you know,
Yep.
the start and the finish. You just it's so tough, but you gotta
know,
power through it.
And it is, for me at least, it is a lot of it is just the start. And I'm noticing that too, like you know, once you just start, it gets like that steamrolling effect. It just starts going, you know, and you almost can't stop, you know. And all of a sudden you're like, I don't want to stop. I need more time. Blah blah blah.
Exactly.
Time of the day. Fuck work. Fuck sleep.
Yep.
But oh fuck, what the fuck was I going? Oh, and I came across like I want to read more, so I'm fucking trying to read all the books that I have acquired over. I actually got a lot of fucking autobiography books of childhood heroes of mine, mainly sports and wrestling and bullshit like that. But
dope. No, that's dope, man. That's fuel for the imagination, man. Hell yeah.
Right. What that shit does for me is humanize these people and makes me again realize that these people have stories just like me. They grew up as kids, you know, just like me. They're not just these super characters or something. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
you're saying it, man. I'm hearing you.
You know, they're humans like me, and if they can do it, then fucking A, I can. And most of the time, their fucking message is just put in the work, just do it, because it's so easy to not to. And I understand that. You know, it's so easy to not to. And I see so many people not doing anything that it's just, I gotta fucking. That's one of my New Year's resolutions, is to read more. I want to read all of the books on my fucking bookshelf, which is only really like 15 or 20, and they're not like Stephen King, The Stand. You know, I mean, they're easier reads. Some Star Wars books. I want to finish my Darth Sidious. I've just got a lot of books I want to read. I want to go to sleep not looking at screens. I want to go to sleep looking at like a book.
Right.
And I want to journal more, and I want to fucking write more. I want to quit vaping. I quit smoking last year as a New Year's resolution, but I went to vaping these little pens, so now I want to quit vaping. I just got all these New Year's resolutions, and it's, as the longer the list goes, it gets a little bit more like there's more fucking pressure to fucking do all these things. But last year at this time, I wasn't podcasting. I didn't have anything. Okay, so like next year, in 2019, we will have this podcast done about New Year's resolutions. So I'm concretely making them. I'm putting them out in the open. You know, I've never really done that.
Right.
You know, I've always just held them to myself. That way, in case I failed, then I failed. I never held myself accountable. So this is the first year that I will actually have all this shit written down and proof. So in a year, I'll either feel fucking hella good about myself or really feel bad, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure I don't feel fucking bad about my year.
Right, man.
'Cause I wanna talk to you next year at this time, and we can fucking talk hella shit about all the good shit that we've done over the fucking year.
Hell yeah, man! Man, you just hit the nail on the head right there. Like that's the exact same feeling I'm in right now. It's like, I don't know, like I just feel like last year I didn't do enough. So, you know, I have to just do it all, and I have to prioritize what to do too.
Yes,
because like you say, you got that laundry list of shit you want to do. Yeah, same here. Like it's just so much. But you know, there's certain things I want to do to get to other stuff. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Like the writing is the most important thing to me right now. So like I just want to succeed in that. And you know, there's a bunch of other shit too. You know, but so, you know, some shit you could focus on later, or you know, you don't need to put as much energy into it now, I would say.
Right. I hear
at least that's how it is for me. I'm trying to think of an example of that. Like for me to write this first and foremost, like I want to do this like as my 9 to 5 basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just doing it. I'm just doing everything I can. But my exercise routine or whatever regime, no. Like I was doing pretty good with that during the summer last year, but fuck it, man. Like I can't both write, do all this focus on writing and have all these goals of writing and also be like super buff.
Right. Right.
You gotta realize your humanity too at the end of the day. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can't do every single thing, but you know, you can have those goals and, you know, you just gotta be realistic about them. Yeah. I'm trying to be more realistic. I'm trying to be more realistic this year.
Yeah.
Outside of that 5-book thing, I just
Yeah, I worry if I spread myself too thin, because I'm one of those people that when I find something new or I take interest in something, I jump on it and I want to learn a lot about it, you know, right. I'm pulled in a lot of different directions. Some, you know, for example, sometimes I get all into like my woodworking, dude, and like I want to build shit for my fucking apartment. I want to build all, like I built this desk, I built this little BrahjCast studio, like it's all custom and shit. But
awesome,
you know, like I do that for like a week, and it allows me to just let my mind not think about like this, all the shit that I have to do for this podcast, all the background and administrative shit. You know, it gets a little overwhelming sometimes when I'm also trying to write and when I'm also trying to be a good husband and father and all this stuff. So,
right.
You know, so I'll go lose myself at work in this big giant wood shop that I have access to kind of by myself, and, you know, get going in that. And then the project's done. And then it's like, all right, I'm fresh and I want to go do some writing and shit. So it's just, I'm in, and then like this game PUBG has come out, so I know like my online buddies, we're all kind of like our old crew is resurfacing, and we're all kind of touching base again and playing online Xbox again. So now that's a couple hours a night, you know, the last 2 or 3 weeks, and you know, just here, there. I'm just interested in all this cool shit, and I want to learn about so much cool shit. That's why I do this podcast, you know, so I can talk to people about other real shit, and they can teach me, you know. And it's somewhere along the line, like you said, somewhere along the line, something's got to get given up or a sacrifice has got to be made, and that's the hard part.
That's the hard part. Yeah, that is the hard part.
I want to do it all. I want to know it all, and I want to learn it all. And unfortunately, I got to fucking eat and sleep and go to work. And
fuck, man. Yeah.
If only we could just write books and live off of residual fucking monthly sales.
Dude, it's so fucking possible. Like I kind of do it now, and it's not a lot of money, right? Like now I'm getting like maybe $30 a month or something like that.
That's good. That's good, man.
But it's something. It's a start.
Fuck yeah.
And I see it. I'm like, damn, like this could be a thing if I just fucking go at it harder. So I'm just trying to get this rolling now, and so I can do some other shit, you know.
Definitely.
But I don't know, like. It is tough. Like I had to put that realization down, but it was always like an ebb and a flow of things. Because at certain points, I would feel like, you know, like I'm interested in all this stuff. So maybe it's okay to be like, you know, to do everything I want to do, you know. So I don't feel like a certain type of way about it. I don't feel like, you know, one way is right, one way is wrong. I just feel like right now, I just want to do this, make this book thing work, so that, you know. So that I could do, because I keep finding these jobs that I keep getting, and I just don't care about them, you know. Like, they just, you know, there's nothing for me to contribute really, you know. So, so I know I don't want to do that. Like I just want to go into business for myself, and there was no better feeling I've ever felt as an adult than to get like that big ass paycheck for my book, and to see like something I did, you know, was enough to live off of for a bit. So
have you ever thought about the possibility of like a literary agent or a book agent? Has that ever been on your horizon or anything? You look into it or anything?
Hell yeah, that's always been one of those things on the list of like eventually I'll make a project to submit to like a literary agent or whatever. So it's just something I just never got around to. I've been trying to do it since I actually did send a 2 queries out back in like 2009 or something like that. But I saved those files and they were not very good. So I see why I was rejected. But yeah, it's definitely something I'm looking to in the future.
Yeah, it's something.
What about you?
Yeah, I want to do that too. It feels, or it seems logical to find somebody to basically do all that shit on the, you know, I don't want to call it the administrative side, but all the promotional side, you know, set you up in places to do book signings and, you know, push different promotions in different areas and other things that I don't even fucking know about, you know, because that's their job as a book agent. That's their job, is to sell these books, because obviously they're getting a cut of it. So that gives them incentive to fucking do it. And, you know, you give them 20% of your sales or whatever.
Right.
But, you know, just doing this stuff kind of solo, like me and you do it, the creative side and the administrative side, it would be really nice to just let somebody else take all that administrative side pressure off, to where you just really have to be creative. And then you check in with somebody once a month and they're like, all right, bro, January 18th, I need you at this bookstore for a 1 to 4 for a signing. And then the next, you know, somebody to just do that, all that shit for you, just plan it out. You show up, you do your shit, and really fucking get out there. Really, you know, fucking do that shit. You know, when I went to a bookstore one time and there was this dude selling his book. He was selling a book about Wisconsin waterfalls. Mm-hmm. And no one was at his books, you know, no one was there talking to him and shit, but I was fucking interested. I was like, what's up, bro? You know, right. I was asking about like the process of the books, you know, of the book signing, not really his book, you know, from author to author. And he's like, every fucking weekend, bro. He's like, well, he's like, guy, you know, he wasn't talking to me like bro or nothing like that.
Right.
But this dude grinded every weekend. Every fucking weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or I don't know if it was Friday, but whatever. It was every single weekend. He said he went to a different bookstore in Wisconsin and set up that little fucking table that I saw, which was nothing spectacular, but it was all right. You know, I could understand all the information, who he was, what he was about, what he was selling, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And he's like, sometimes there's fucking nobody here. Sometimes there's fucking 10, 20 people here, you know, and as he was telling me all this shit, I was like, man, I'm a bitch. I don't want it enough. This dude right here selling his fucking waterfall book is grinding 20 times harder than I am, bro. And I can't expect to ever sell more than this guy if I don't do that. At least do what he's doing.
Right.
You know, so I never forgot that guy. And I bought a book from him, you know, me and my wife actually used it. We fucking ended up in one area sometime. We're like, fucking bring that book out. And there was this fucking waterfall. So that shit, it ended up working out well for us. But
damn,
I never forget that guy. You know, it's just a real unassuming guy, kind of a nerdy fella, blah, blah, blah. But there he was, fucking not scared to be failing. You know, I don't even want to call it failing, because fuck that. He's doing it. He's doing it. He's doing it extreme. So he ain't failing. And that's a problem that I had to get over. Just doing that, what I just said to you right there, failing. I immediately associate nobody there with failing. And that's wrong. That's wrong right away. And that's like my own fears talking right there. I need to be out there every fucking week grinding out libraries and fucking this and that, you know. So I don't even know why I started with that, but that's one thing that made me realize that I'm not working as hard as I should be, you know, and I don't want to be sitting here shitting all over myself and blah, blah, and whiny like a bitch, but these are things that I have to tell myself every once in a while, and memories I have to bring up and recall and remember that this dude's out there waterfalling, selling his waterfall book harder than I am, and my shit's way cooler than his shit.
Oh, I love it. That was I don't know why you led with that either, but it was perfect. It ended up perfect. That was I felt like I needed to hear that right there.
This fucking guy, man. Little does he know he's inspiring the fuck out of me.
Yeah, and me vicariously. Yeah, right? That's super awesome. And that is like, you know, you just put your stuff out there, just put in that work, and you got to make it work for you in one way or another. I respect the hell out of that.
You have physical copies of your book, or are you only digital?
I'm going through phases. So at first I was doing both, but then I was like, nobody's really buying physical copies from me. So,
I hear you.
So why waste the time doing that? So I stopped doing that for a while. but now I kind of want to get back to it. Just just for those people who do want the physical copy. It's not a lot, but it's a few every so often. So I do want to get back to doing it. It's just it's not always easy to do those.
Oh yeah, the formatting's hard on that shit, man.
The formatting's hard. I don't have a degree in graphic design, so
Right.
and paying for that too is that's a nice chunk of change too.
Fuck
so.
yeah, that really sucks because my books are 300 pages or whatever, and of course all that editing and formatting, a lot of that is per size of the book.
Right.
0 to 100 is cheap. 100 to 200 is kind of expensive. And 300 pages, it's expensive.
Oh yeah,
Shit, man.
Proofreading, editing. That's gonna be an investment for you right there, to say the least.
That sucks.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So I don't know. I think I'm in the mood to do covers again and stuff like that. I just gotta up my own editing game because I don't want to spend a lot of money on that.
Well, your Hell's Glitch cover that I see when you tweet and you're on WattPad, what is that? Is that just a quick mock-up?
Yeah, the
PowerPoint type gig or whatever,
Yeah. The typical one you see is a mock-up. I use like Creative Commons image. Like you're talking about the blue one with the skull and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the mock-up. I do have like professional covers or whatever, but that's like for the WattPad. So
okay, gotcha.
That's one I made myself or whatever.
Okay. Because, man, shit's getting easier and easier. I mean, I'm not a fucking artist by any mean, but a few programs here and there, and you can whip up some pretty decent graphics on your own these days. I mean, it's getting easier and easier, and they're slightly getting better and better, so it's not too... I'm saying you could probably do something on your own that might pass as pretty fucking slick, man.
Really, you can. Really, you can. Like even me, like if I just spent like basically 5 hours reading like a Photoshop manual, I could come up with something semi-professional. You know what I mean? It's just I haven't taken that time to fucking read 5 hours of Photoshop manual. So
true. But even like these little things that I do for this podcast is very minor photoshopping, pulling some heads off of this, doing this, and but that's all done on my iPad, then my phone, and then finished up on my computer, via just some pretty free apps. And I mean, again, it's not perfect or anything, but shit can be done. But I hear what you're saying, man. I have to have I want to have a fucking like really, really fucking nice fucking attention grabbing cover.
Right.
And probably would defer to like a professional no matter what, because even with the cover I have now, a lot of the bells and whistles that are on that cover came from the guy I worked with. That came from his mind. I gave him my vision, and then letting somebody else take the reins, and add their pizzazz to it really fucking helped. It made it better, instead of me just doing exactly what I wanted.
Yeah, I would say, because that's how I go into it. Like, I'm gonna throw some ideas at you, but if you want to change some stuff, fine by me. Just let me know. Let's collaborate. It's usually a collaboration. Is
for sure
is what I want. A lot of times the artist is just like, just please be very specific. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Right. And then it's hard as fuck to say. Like, I remember a few times he'd like show me a few things, and then in my head immediately I'm like, nope. Wrong. But you're like, this out of the goodness of their heart, they're helping me.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, well, that's good, man. I like that. Let's put that on the back burner. Like just try to walk on tiptoe around that shit, but
yeah. Yeah, that's why I like the collaborative sort of thing. Like, is you can both kind of meet in the middle. So you're not like cracking a whip on your artist or whatever. Like,
exactly.
I need this. Like it needs to fit my vision exactly.
Exactly. So, I hear that.
So with my last cover, even I would say that the artist had a good point, because at first I saw it a certain way. And then we had a good vision at first, but now I was like, I kind of want to simplify it, because I thought maybe like people would prefer like simple symbolic covers.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I think because he wanted the full cover with the person too. And my first cover had that. So it only made sense to have like a similar cover to the first one. but I didn't, and I think my sales might even like declined a little bit for a sequel because of that. So he might have had a good point. So I wish I listened to him on that one.
I'm looking. Which one is that? What cover are you talking about? Are you talking about the same
For
book?
for Hell's Glitch.
Okay.
So if you go to Amazon, look up Hell's Glitch.
Yeah.
If you look at the two sequels I have, they both have like this mask and shield. And really, they're like, it's kind of basic when you compare it to the first cover. But I just had that idea in my head, like, I don't know. I just had that idea in my head, like, I just want a cover with just a mask and a shield, and it's like symbol in the middle of the shield, and that's what I want. And so I told him that. I was like, yeah, if you could just do these two things, because the mask and the shield were kind of big items in the story or whatever.
Right.
So I just wanted that. But he was like, I could just do it. He would have preferred to do the whole body of the person holding the shield and the mask,
right,
or whatever, with the armor on and the sword or whatever too. So I feel like I should listen to him on that.
Fuck, I like it. I'm looking at it right now.
It's cool. Yeah, it's really dope. I really like the way it turned out, and that's a huge part because of the artist. But he might have had a point in having like the full, because you see the first cover, right? It has the full guy there.
For sure.
I don't know. I just think about that stuff from time to time.
For sure. It'll never be perfect as an artist, and as the creator, you will as will I. We'll nitpick our own shit until we're fucking dead.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's why I like moving on from my shit now and not even revisiting it. Like, I hate having to revisit shit now. And I didn't think I was gonna get that way, because you hear about like artists don't like their own shit, but I'm getting that way. I'm like, I don't want to go back.
Right. I've heard of actors don't even watch their own fucking movies.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
Right. There's a lot of actors like that too.
That's crazy.
Johnny Depp comes to mind.
Yep. I think that's one I've heard for sure.
But I'm starting to understand, man. It's like,
shit, even listening to myself, when I'll go back and edit this up and set it all up with the intros and outros and all that shit, I'm like, man, do I really sound like I'm talking through my nose that much, man? Pussy.
Yeah, I fucking hate my own voice too. Like,
sucks. Hear myself on someone's camera or some shit, I'm like, what?
I sound like that?
Right, I have to start talking like this shit, man. What's up, man? Shit.
That's usually what I do too. Like, I'll once I notice my voice, like, I'll try to talk deeper.
Right. Oh shit, man. Yeah, something in my throat.
Fuck yeah.
So hey, I see the Glitch Fiends is written by Belart Wright, and so is the artist Kinohara Kasuta.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yes. Yep. That artist did, I want to say 5 of my covers.
Nice. How did you hook up with him, if you don't mind me asking?
Fiverr. We were talking about that before, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. Started off on Fiverr. He did one of my covers, and then it just kept going from there. And I just liked the style.
Yeah, definitely. So these covers that I'm looking at for these 3 right here, are for digital only. There's no paperback version of these. Oh, there is.
The very first one has a paperback, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I was going to ask you what the back of it looked like. Did you go with writing on the back of your back cover, or did you? Okay, yeah, that was a little hard for me to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yes. So if you click on that paperback, you can actually see the back cover.
There it is.
And that's actually, who do you think designed that back cover?
Well, I don't know, you.
I did. So as you can see, very simple. I just took the image, I flipped it around a bit, added some effects to it, and just put some text over it. That's
for sure.
Put some black around it, and that's like,
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I'll do for my covers. That's like the limit of my creativeness there. But it's only because like it's very difficult to get a hold of this artist, Kinohara. So I actually had to search for different artists, for more artists, because I would like to have him exclusively be my artist, but he's very difficult to get a hold of. He's pretty busy too, so I understand all that. But yeah, as an author, that's something you got to consider. Is like, if you're putting out a bunch of books, you might want to consider getting a bunch of different artists, to do different books.
Right. or
and
somebody.
for
Go ahead.
and for like back covers too, like, you know, because I just got the front cover. You know, up front you might want to let them know up front, like, I need a full package deal here. But up front you might not have your book finished, and might not have it formatted, so you might not know how many pages it has to know, you know, to let them know how big the cover has to be. So it's a lot of fucking things you have to consider.
Exactly. I had to finish all my shit, and then I even, when I edited it, I think it ended up adding a few more pages, or no, it decreased the pages because I actually no, it added. I'm tripping out. I added more because I think it was you. Were you telling me that you thought maybe my chapters were a bit too long?
I think I said that in my review.
Yeah. And then instead of slitting my wrist because of that review, oh, just kidding. But, you know, I took it to heart, and I was like, yeah, some of these are fucking 20 and 30 fucking pages. So I went in my last editing, I ended up cutting up a few of them. So I went from maybe 13 to 15 chapters or something like that. So that added more pages, which grew my book in size just a little bit, but all of that comes into play when you're fucking doing this cover and spine thickness and all this fucking bleed and all this shit, you know?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Man, and I did all that shit like a year ago, and then it was like another year later until I had this final copy and all this shit, and I like kind of forgot all of that because I was really deep into like figuring it all out, so I knew all of these numbers and parameters and all that shit. So I had to like relearn it all again. I was like, good Lord, this is a lot of fucking work. I just wish I had somebody that I could call and or email and just have like always at my disposal, as selfish as that is. I mean,
yeah.
You know,
I feel you.
You got to pay for something like that, though, and you got to pay a lot for something like that.
Right.
You know,
if you want a professional.
And luckily, all of my any help I've got has all been out of the goodness of people's hearts. So you can't go around ordering people to fucking do shit when they're doing it for free. You know,
right? So, that's true.
So it is what it is.
True. Yeah.
But man, I know I lost my artist for a while because of the program. The version of Photoshop he had was so fucking old that it won't even really like his new computer won't even like accept it. You can't even update it. It's just that fucking old to where you really just got to get a new copy. And it's not fucking cheap, man. It's not fucking cheap at all. And
no, if I heard correctly, I think it's like based off of like subscription based too, or something like that.
Maybe that's what they're doing now to change it up. Because I remember at one point it's like fucking you want to pay like $1,000 to get Photoshop Deluxe and shit like that. But maybe a subscription base is much better. You know, we do that. Me and my wife pay like $7 a month to have like Office or some bullshit, which we don't even fucking use. But
yeah, I do the same thing. I pay the what is it, like 70 annual sort of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
But I know we talked about it last time is with cover art that I'm gonna have to find another go-to or one or two, because having two styles or three different styles wouldn't be bad either. You know, to have different fucking takes on my characters and shit like that. And I really think that I want to visit where I went to school and got my degree and talk to my old professors and have them put me in touch with like the art department or the digital art or whatever the fuck you call that. I'm not saying it right off the top of my head, but I know that there's people that go to school for that shit there. So maybe I can have them fucking, I don't know, as an author, if I can go in there and be like, hey, this is I went to school here. Can this be like a project? You know, I don't know, like, or can I put something up in like a, I don't even know. What I don't want to do is put up like an ad. Hey, I'll pay you to do this. What I want to do is like have a contest or something like, hey, here's the cover I've done. Fucking recreate it in your own style. Winner gets like $50, you know, like something like that. I don't know I'm just trying to like think of different ideas of how I can acquire a lot of art and shit for a reasonable fucking price.
That's a good fucking question.
But I have no fucking clue really how to do it.
Yeah, art's something you just gotta get out there and you know, it's always you always have to sell it. You know, sell what you're doing, or you know, they'll people have their shit posted or whatever. It's just that thing. You know, it's that annoying thing you got to deal with.
Right. It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah.
I wish I was a fucking gangster ass artist because then I could just take care of that shit myself. But nope.
Right. Yeah, I actually know an author who does her covers, and I've always been envious of that skill.
Fuck yeah.
Man. Like yeah, her shit's like really awesome.
You know, I can't think of off the top of my head, but now I obviously look at cover art a lot more than I normally would, you know, because I have a book out, so I'm like always peeping other people's shit and wondering how they acquired it and what they did and all that shit. And sometimes I see really fucking cool shit that's just full of fucking, man, that'd be way better if I had an example right now, but I'm just saying sometimes I'll see a cover that's full of like art and cool shit and it grabs my attention, but then all of a sudden there's a cover that's simple as fuck and it also grabs my attention because it's so goddamn simple.
Right.
So it's like I don't know what the fuck is good, what the fuck is not. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I went through that same ordeal. I was just looking at a bunch of covers on Amazon trying to figure out like what like the sellers, the typical sellers type of cover was.
Right.
And I got so much mixed information when I did that that I just pretty much blanked on it all. I was like, nothing matters. Just put a cover out there and whatever. Like I don't know, like because I've seen some really shitty covers out there that in the books are like highly, you know, top tier sellers. So
big time.
Yeah,
big time.
I don't really get it myself, and looking at it didn't help me understand it. So I was just like, forget it. I'm not going to figure it out.
Right. I just hope that people think I'm cool enough that they just will bypass the cover. Then fuck it. I think
so. I think so because I think people really do read the sample of the story.
Right.
I think word of mouth matters quite a bit. It matters more than I thought it meant before.
Yes.
So it's very important.
What did you do a sample? Was it like a fucking an actual let me say that right, excerpt from your book, or did you write like a fucking a synopsis or you know an overview of the book for your man? What the fuck is that word? What am I saying? I'm
the blurb.
Yeah.
Oh,
like when it says look inside here and shit like that. Like
for the blurb, I did come up with that. I just condensed everything into, you know, and that's tough too, isn't it? Like condensing everything your story is into like, you know, one snappy paragraph.
Yeah, it's impossible. Hey, what's your book about? Shit, I don't know. Oh shit.
Oh my bad.
No problem.
That's the doorbell.
That's a tough one, man.
Yeah,
I think that's more like what I was trying to ask you is more or less how you do that. Is like sum up your book. Like on the back of your book, there's a bunch of text. Is that a general overview of the entire story, or is that an actual excerpt from the story?
So the blurb itself is just let me see. Okay, so the back of the cover is the blurb. I think I added a bit more to it. But the blurb itself is just basically
looks like an overview or something.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. So I had to figure out what the story was about and then boil it down. And even still ended up being pretty damn long because the story it's a fucking trapped in video game story, and there's plot based elements taking place outside of the video game. So it's like, what part do I focus on? Like what? So yeah, I tried to hit all the important, cool stuff in there, and that's the best I came up with was like 4 fucking paragraphs.
Straight up 4 paragraphs.
Straight up 4 paragraphs.
It's like a chapter,
right? It's like so you're not supposed to do what I did. So this is a good case of what not to do. Right?
I don't know, but like you said, you looked at other people's covers too, and when I went to the library or at the bookstore, I'll look at the back and I'll see this how you have it written. That's what I did. I wrote a kind of an overview, but I'll also see people that will not have an overview at all. They'll just have like fucking quotes from people that read it, stunning, fucking thrilling adventure,
Right.
and then who said it and shit, and there won't be a fucking word about it on the back.
Now that does nothing for me at all.
Right. Like what the fuck is so stunning about it? I need, you better tell me now. I'm not going to open this book. At least
Right.
that's my initial fucking thing, but again, not every customer is me, but
Right.
it's like, how do you please everybody? It's fucking impossible.
Yeah, that's kind of like, because I had like I don't know, I kind of hinted at it earlier when I said something about it to you today. But I had this moment where like I was giving a lot of shit about all that type of thing, and then I just all of a sudden gave a shit about none of it,
There you
and decided to just do things my own way.
And how freeing was that?
Oh, it was very freeing. Like I stopped caring about marketing, and I stopped caring about so much, man. I was just like, I'm gonna write books. I'm gonna do everything else I gotta do the right way, but then I'm just gonna do it the way I want to do it. I'm not gonna follow a formula for blurbs. I'm not gonna follow a formula for covers. I'm just gonna do the things I want to do because they're cool. Yeah.
Word. That's how I wrote my book too. Yeah, just the same fucking. Sorry to interrupt you, but yeah.
No. Yeah, no, that's perfect. I was just gonna say the same thing. Like, the same way. Like, I write my books the way I write them. I don't follow like the rules of the many, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. When I first started, I was like, man, would Stephen King be fucking saying this shit? Would Stephen King stop the story and talk to the reader like he's the author? You know how I do? Like,
Right.
Is this even right? But then I was like, fuck, who cares? This is my fucking world. This is my story. This is how I'm telling it. Fucking A, man. It's different. And what's wrong with that? Fucking nothing.
Nothing, man.
And that was a freeing experience, to just be like, all right, you know what? Fuck that. This is going to be all about me. And the story is told basically if like I'm talking to you, if it's me, Chris Carowitz, telling you this fucking story minus all the swear words. If I could, it'd be an even better story. But
how did that edit go?
That was fucking tough. Because the F word is just as common as the and yeah. But that was and so but in writing in my own style, I naturally get worried when someone's like, hey, I bought your book, I'm gonna fucking start reading it. And I'm like, oh man, I hope they don't think that I'm some fucking idiot. Like, what the hell is he, I don't know. I think it's all in my head, because honestly, when I reread my book a few times for editing purposes, I loved it.
No, your book,
I loved it. So I was like, fuck it, man.
No, I legit the vibes I got for your book was legit. It felt like childhood to me. It felt like all those books I read during my childhood. It felt like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a potent like mix. Like you mix all that shit, right? But then like you have like a drop of it, like one drop of the essence of that come down into something.
For sure.
And that's kind of what it felt like. Like it felt like Harry Potter. It felt like Maniac McGee, like Pushcart War, like all that shit I read from my childhood.
Mm-hmm. And then there's it's just the same thing, man. Video game references, my fucking kung fu movies, my wrestling, everything that is me is in these fucking books and in this adventure.
Yeah. Like I think that's why I try so hard to reach out to you, or to whatever I did to repost your shit or whatever.
For sure.
It did hit me on a personal level, because it felt like nostalgia. It felt like nostalgia, and it felt good to read that sort of.
That's
book.
Awesome.
So no, like I didn't think like, oh man, who the fuck wrote this?
This fucking douche.
Who's this idiot writing this kid's book here? I didn't feel that at all, man.
So when someone says, hey, or when someone finds out for the first time and they're like, oh shit, you wrote a book? Well, what's it about? What do you fucking say? Like that first time.
It's usually something very lame because I cannot boil it. I'm even worried because at least with the blurbs you can write them, right? But you're asking me to come up with something on the spot that's like that doesn't make your eyes roll. Right. I'm just gonna say the most generic shit, like, oh, it's a book about a dude in a video game. Right. That's it. That's all I got for you.
So hurry up and buy it.
Yeah. Like for average Joe, I was like, oh, it's a story about a boy who's average, but he has extraordinary friends. That's the book.
Right.
And that's so weak, right? Would you read that shit? No, you wouldn't read it.
Probably not, but it sounds good.
It sounds so generic.
Same thing with me. I'm like, shit, I don't know, man. Fucking think Harry Potter, but the hero's a girl, and it's not wizardry, it's mixed martial arts, and I don't know. It's so deep and so hard to fucking even go there,
Right. That's actually a pretty good start, though. That hits the feel of it pretty. There's a lot more to it, right? But that hits the feel pretty good. So.
Right. That's one thing I have never, ever, ever been able to. I even have, like, where I'm sitting right now on my desk, I got fucking notes all over my fucking thing that I made, right? I got it pinned up everywhere on note cards, and one of them is specific here. It says, if someone asks you what your book's about, fuck it, these are your talking points. You need those. It's because I don't fucking know, man, and it's my own shit. It's all in my head, man. It's like, well, just go in there and you'll find out. It's so much easier if you just get in my head.
Right. At least you don't undersell it like, oh, it's just this. It's just a book about a guy in video games.
You don't want to read it.
You don't want to read it. It's totally generic. You've read it a million times before.
Right.
What the hell is that? Like, that's so horrible.
Yeah, that's something that I definitely got to have some some good fucking like buzzwords or something, and always have something just kind of on the ready, because if I'm expected to go through with this and put myself out there and meet people and do all this shit, I got to be quick on my feet with everything about this fucking book.
Right. I don't know, dude. I wouldn't even go to the buzzword route. I just like I think if you're passionate enough, like you'll be good. You'll definitely be good about it.
That's true.
Like for me, my passion for my writing isn't unless I'm talking to like my best friends or something like that. Like it's not like I'm very nonchalant about it. Like I don't know.
Right. Me too. Yeah. Because I don't, and for me, it's because I still sometimes have a hard time like telling people, yeah, I'm an author.
Right.
Like, because immediately everybody's like, oh, Stephen King, you know what I'm saying? Or J.K. Rowling, like, or they have this big like thing, and it's like, man, I'm not prepared to be answering all your questions and all this shit, like, so I basically kind of I'm very nonchalant about it too. If it comes up, it comes up, but I'm not going out and being like, hey, my name's Chris, like, I just met you, you're new at work today, fucking cool. I wrote a book, blah, 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 like it took months for the dudes at my job to even know that I wrote a book, because I didn't, like I say it a lot, like I'm not an author. We are authors, but, I don't know if I should even really always be saying that. That might not be the right term to always be saying, like I'm not an author, but like, I don't know what else to call it. Like I write books, but I'm not like an author isn't what defines me, like, oh, there's Chris over there. Yep, he's an author.
Yeah.
It's like Chris is like a jack of all trades. Nobody knows what the fuck I'm into. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden I'm podcasting. I got books coming out. You know what I'm saying? I got this fucking, my baseball card collection's off the chain. I just all this weird shit, I'm just fucking everywhere. I watch pigeon shows. Yeah, and I guess that's exactly what it is.
Fucking you, man.
Maybe I shouldn't be apologizing for it. Yeah, maybe I should.
No, not at all. No, not at all, man. You got your interest, dude. Like, fuck it, man. You definitely have your interest. And I'll just say, with the author thing, you'll feel it. You'll feel once you feel comfortable with that term.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're an author,
right?
Because I feel it. I myself feel it. Like I don't feel apologetic about saying that I am when I'm out to people, and I do. I tell people, like, it's not like the first thing that comes out of my mouth, but
right.
if it presents itself, I don't stray away from it. I don't hide from it. So
Cool, for sure.
Yeah, you'll fucking feel it. I'll let you know that you will definitely feel it.
It's crazy because I'm a pretty confident fella too, you know, and
Yeah.
I can hold my own in conversation and everything, but it's just like I sometimes just don't feel like worthy of that title or some shit because I haven't had that big sale of fucking, you know, or I haven't I feel like there's a few like check marks or things I have to have checked off to officially be in this game, you know, and I'm just
I think so because I felt the same way. I didn't feel it until I started selling books with Hell's Glitch. I think that's when I was confident about being an author. Like, yeah, I'm an author now. So yeah, when you feel it, you'll feel it. That's really it. You know, it comes natural. I didn't even think about it. Like, I didn't even think about the sales or anything like that. I just suddenly felt like an author all of a sudden. You know?
Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
So it'll come, dude.
In my when I did the book signing, I felt like a fucking author. I felt like I was on fucking stage.
Oh yeah,
it was crazy, you know. And I feel like I want to do fucking more of those. And that's one reason why I asked you if you had paperback books or just digital, because we're not that far from each other and meeting in the middle. I don't know if you're upper Michigan or southern part of Michigan.
Southern, southeast.
You're southeast. Okay, so you're a little further, but I mean, like meeting in the middle somewhere or something like that, collabing on a book signing or something, I think would be pretty fucking fun sometime. And
oh hell yeah,
it would be easier for me and easier for you if we were both there, you know, and fucking taking this stress on together instead of being alone doing that shit, you know.
Right. You know what? Okay, this is a goal of mine.
There it is.
Eventually though, like I think because I don't really have I feel like we should have like a similar sort of thing to promote or whatever. So but I do have one of my top 5 projects, top 3 really, is a book that's very similar to Haley Spaghetti.
Okay.
So once I get to that, I feel like we can do that and it'll make sense and it'll be perfect.
I see. Instead of having Hell's Glitch and Haley Spaghetti meeting up together.
right. And I think once we get to that point, we'll both be very confident as authors. Because I'm still not even complete there. Like I haven't done cool things like have a book signing. Or my bud, one of my good friends, Dante, he's actually got somebody's also actually asked him for an autograph.
Nice.
So yeah, right.
Sick.
Nobody's ever fucking asked me for an autograph. Sick. So when he told me that, I was like, "Whoa, dude, you hit a whole nother level."
Right. Yeah. Dude, sometimes I think about like dreaming, you know, and it's like if I saw saw my book at a movie, I'd straight cry.
Oh, hell
you know, like at this shit, it'd be so fucking amazing.
Meanwhile, Stephen King's 50th book is
yeah, exactly.
That's cool though. That's fucking awesome.
Speaking of Dante, he's coming onto this podcast.
Oh yeah,
actually, I've been in contact with him because I follow him on Twitter too, and he made an announcement that either his book is finally out or he just finished it, or he made some sort of announcement of fairly large. I feel bad that I don't know what it was right off my head here.
Well, he has a lot of shit going on at the moment. Because he told me he has like I think at least 3 or 4 books.
3 books. That's what he said. Yes. That's why. And you know what? That's what got me. You know, and I was like, hey, fucking. And I direct messaged him, and we've been kind of going back and forth trying to set up a date, and I think we're going to hook up at the end of this month.
Yeah. So he's looking to publish 3 books for sure. Like he's not bullshit like I am, like with these like fantasy 5 books in the air.
Right.
No, he has 3 books already ready. Just need some polish on them and they're ready to go. So this dude's kicking some ass this year.
Yeah. So I'm surrounding myself with more and more people that will fucking push me to fucking, because I can't have you guys putting out shit and then talk to you in 6 more months and still haven't done shit.
Fuck yeah, feel that peer pressure, man. Exactly. Peer pressure all day.
Exactly. So how do you know him? Where did you guys hook up?
No, this another thing, another thing in general, like the universe. I've come to this weird sort of spirituality lately.
Uh-huh.
Where I see that the universe has a plan or something like that, and it's enacting that plan. So I basically met Dante through a job.
Nice.
So this is a job. Neither of us talk about books very much or anything like that, or we don't talk about our own books very much, right?
Right.
But somehow out of this meeting, because we were both dishwashers at the time, somehow out of this meeting, we found out we were both authors, and our friendship's been pretty strong ever since. And
so do you guys live near each other then?
Yes, I live in Detroit. He stays a couple cities over in Dearborn Heights.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is he a lit RPG or is he a different genre?
He got his feet wet with the genre recently.
Nice.
Because I kept telling him, like, dude, you play games, you write. Lit RPG is a pretty darn lucrative genre.
It's pretty cool. I think it's cool as fuck too, man.
Yeah, you combine two of your two of your likes, two of your hobbies into one thing. It's perfect. It's perfect. So yeah, he has a story on WattPad called Elemental Nights, which is really good.
Yeah.
I definitely see, anybody who's listening to this, I definitely suggest you check that out. It's pretty good.
And check out my fucking WattPad too. And what's yours is Belart. Jeez, Belart Wright. God damn it, that's tough. Yes, on WattPad as well. Cool.
Yep. Check all three of us out.
Right.
Good stuff. But yeah, like I've been reading his stuff for the last 2 years, I think. WattPad. I'm pretty much addicted to his stories on WattPad. He has like maybe 4 or 5 books that I read religiously.
Nice.
Yep. And The Family is the one, I think that's the first book he had coming out this year, the prequel to that. The Family is just like one of my favorite books from an indie.
What's that? Kind of a quick synopsis about that.
That one's like see, I'm horrible at these things.
Right. Right.
That one's it takes place in the near future. It's like a gang warfare on this planet that's like kind of like it's like overrun with blight and violence and shit like that.
For sure.
Kind of like America in like 30 years.
But
anyway, it's about 2 best friends. They grew up in this like war-torn gangland, and they basically something happened that split them, and they have 2 diametrically opposed views to how to solve the problem. One of them is like he's trying to use like peaceful solutions. He's trying to make basically a gang of family members, like people who come together, kind of like a neighborhood, like a neighborhood watch type deal.
Right.
That are, they use whatever means they can to protect themselves. But then you have the other friend who basically uses violence and, intimidation and threats and all this type of stuff to, basically he uses gangs to do bad shit. So it's like, good gang versus bad gang. But it's so much shit going on to the story that I'm not doing it very good service right now.
Understood.
Yeah.
What about any movies or shit? You seen any movies fucking lately, or what TV show you watching? Gather inspiration.
Not too much on the TV front, but I did have a Netflix binge.
Of what?
What was I watching after I talked to you last time? I think was it a new like Marvel show that came out? I think Defenders came out after I talked to you.
Okay. I haven't seen any of that one.
Oh yeah, Defenders was really good. I suggest you skip like Iron Fist because Iron Fist was horrible, and watch some Defenders. Because because both of us, right, we're into like mystical martial arts shit.
Yep.
And Iron Fist should have been all that, right?
Right. Yep.
But it was about like corporate boardroom
shenanigans. Garbage.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you took this concept and you shadowed it. Like what?
Garbage.
How did you ruin Iron Fist? But lately I've been watching I did see the Star Wars. It's pretty good.
Nice. Yeah, we were actually gonna go. We still haven't seen it. We were gonna go see it just the other day, but we were feeling like shit, so we fucking decided against it. But is it worth going to see?
Yeah, check it out, man. It was tight. Actually, me and Dante met up for like the first time in forever.
Awesome.
And we ended up going to see the movie. We ended up like talking till like 4 o'clock in the morning. At a nearby like restaurant or whatever.
Nice.
But the movie was phenomenal. I saw it twice. Both times was really. I'm not even that big of a Star Wars fan, but that movie was pretty good. So
that fucker's 2.5 hours long too. So you you had some chair time there.
Oh yeah. Like I kind of had to see it twice because I had already planned a thing with Dante to meet up and watch it, but then my boy had his birthday and he just impromptu wanted to go see it.
Haha.
So I was like, okay, I'll see it both times. But yeah, man, it was good. Like it had some of the typical Star Wars dumb shit in it. Like
Right.
those like coincidences of shit just happening just cause.
Of course.
But no, it was really good. It had some like mystical Jedi shit in it that was just pretty fucking badass.
Cool. Very cool. You said you have Netflix. Have you ever seen are you familiar with the show called Black Mirror?
No, I never heard of that one.
Oh my goodness. Great fucking show. They just put out their latest season. It dropped December 29th. It was like, I think 6 or 7 new shows. It's like this generation's Twilight Zone with just weird fucking possibilities with where technology will take us in the future and shit. But they're all just, each episode or whatever is a like a mini movie or whatnot, like the Twilight Zone was. And they're really fucking cool. They're hard to explain other than that because they're very twisty and turny. Like you pick up the story and it goes in one direction, and then being a Twilight Zone type shit, of course, something else is happening, and there's always a really cool twist or something like that. So it's been getting a lot of fucking attention. I've seen a lot of people posting a lot about it since the new season dropped and shit. So I dare you to try it if you're ever fucking bored or whatnot. But I would suggest if you do try it to just skip episode 1 because it's really fucking weird and it will give you a really bad stain on what you'll think this show is, and it's really not. It's not a very good representation.
Okay, I appreciate the warning. Yeah.
Right,
I'll watch it now that you gave me the warning, and at least I had that frame of reference.
Right.
But that's dope though, right? Like all these like crazy like that in Stranger Things, like shows like that are like
Stranger Things was amazing too. I really got into that show. I like that fucking story. That was cool.
I gotta see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh yeah, dude. It jumps out right away. And like the very first episode, the first thing you see is just a bunch of kids playing Dungeons and Dragons and shit. And it just immediately, I never really played that, but it put me right in that setting because it was like 1987 or some shit. So it was like exactly my age and all that crap. So that's cool. It's cool. The story is cool as fuck, and the whole presentation is awesome. The soundtrack is cool too.
Yeah, I heard some of the music for it.
Yeah, it's really, really fucking cool. What about The Office? Have you ever seen The Office?
The comedy show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen some of it. I thought it was really funny. I never got to like watch the whole show though, unfortunately.
Me and my wife are finishing it up. We've got 5 episodes left of literally like 200 or some bullshit.
Damn, it went that long?
Yeah, fucking 9 seasons of 20 plus. So I think it's just over 200 episodes, but this is the second time that we've gone through that show, and that's a great fucking show. Just like you said, to be able to watch it from the beginning to the end, like one gigantic movie, is really cool.
Yeah, that's what I want. Like, I want to watch a lot of those comedies that I didn't get to see all the way through, like that, and Always Sunny, and like even stuff like Friends or Seinfeld. Like, it's so many comedies I haven't, just seen every episode of.
Yep. We actually did Friends. Last year, I think we did that. We went through all the How I Met Your Mother. That was a decent comedy. Fucking, we went through all the Roseannes. I don't know if you remember that. That's an old comedy show, from
my mom watches that. Like,
yeah.
It's so good though, man.
It represented my family for sure.
Yeah.
It's your average family, not this fucking Hollywood fucking Beverly Hills 90210. That wasn't my life. Roseanne was, and that show's coming back. They're fucking bringing it back this season.
Yeah, I heard, but how? Like the ending of that was so weird.
It was weird. Like, the ending of that was
winning.
They went from winning the lottery, but that was really a fucking fantasy because Roseanne was writing a book,
right?
And
people, like
that
Dan
wasn't
died.
real. And Dan died. Yep. So, but Dan's alive in this recap. So, I don't know how they're gonna do it. What story they're going to go with, or what the fuck they're going to do. It'll be interesting. And both Beckys, that they had 2 different Beckys, 2 different actresses played their daughter.
I never noticed.
Yeah, there was like for the first 3 or 4 years, it was one girl, and then they swapped for whatever reason. But they are incorporating both of those Beckys into the show, so that'll be interesting.
Oh, okay. So if that's the case, it might be a case of, because you remember when they said at the end she said that the lives of like Becky and Darlene were actually swapped, like they were, or I think they're married to like different dudes or whatever than they were supposed to be married to.
Something like that, because they married brothers, David and fucking Mark.
Right. But the one you thought married, they swapped husbands basically in her fantasy. So
really?
Yeah, because she was like I thought Mark went better with Becky, and I thought David went better with Darlene or something like that. So yeah, she just swapped them in her head so that to make her story better.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, shit.
So there might be like a they might be playing with realities. Like it might be like fantasy world and real. That'd be interesting. Like that'd be too deep for Roseanne, right?
I know, right? Right. Fucking multi-layered Roseanne and shit.
Like what the
thinking
fuck?
deep. Yeah, that guy fucking who played David is fucking the second highest paid TV actor right now, behind the guy who plays Sheldon.
Oh, of course.
Big
Bang Theory.
The top 5 salaries on TV are from that fucking show.
Damn, they make banking TV, man.
Dude, and for 21 minutes of work. For 21 minutes an episode.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's all advertising dollars and shit like that. But that guy, I know he's not going to be able to. I read some sort of article that I forget what his name is, Jared Galecki or some shit like that. I might be saying that wrong, but he can't come back for like all of the episodes of Roseanne because obviously he's got other fucking shit going on, and I think he's honestly too big of a fucking star right now to fucking go back, but maybe not. Maybe I don't know. It's weird because now that I'm thinking about it, if you have ever watched Big Bang, that dude's there. Darlene has been on Big Bang Theory a few times. Yeah. And Sheldon's mom is fucking Aunt Jackie.
Yeah, I always thought that when I watched Big Bang, like they just kind of took half the Roseanne cast.
That's crazy, and that's like the number one fucking show, man. That's so nuts.
Yeah.
So maybe they're tight. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how that all plays out.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, they could always just say, "Oh, he's at work."
Exactly. Basically,
something
easy.
Yeah, I do like that like old shows are like having like a renaissance or whatever. They're coming back and having like a final season or something like that.
Yep,
it's pretty cool.
Any show from back in the day that you'd want to see fucking come back?
I would say that maybe a few years back. I kind of I don't know. I don't care as much,
right?
But still, I would say probably something like maybe Fresh Prince. Or,
there you go, good one.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. It's a ton of old shows. We had a lot of shit growing up. A lot of good TV shit. So
yeah, I'd take another season of Fresh Prince.
Actually, just to see like what happened to everybody.
Exactly what the story is.
But Uncle Phil passed away, right?
He's got to be dead. Yep, I think so.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, they could do something trippy with the story and bring back both Aunt Vivs and explain that.
No shit. Did you ever watch Saved by the Bell back in the day?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That would be one to see.
I like
they brought back Full House, but that really wasn't all that.
Oh yeah, what Fuller House is like a sequel.
Yeah, didn't really do it for me. I watched a few of the episodes and it just didn't catch.
You know, I was actually into like stuff like Step by Step back in the day too.
Dude, that was TGIF right there.
TGIF, yeah. I used to watch all those shows. Boy Meets World or
Yep.
Okay.
And fucking Urkel, Family Matters.
I used to watch all that shit,
man, from like 7 to 9 p.m. Yeah, watching that shit.
Yep, Home Improvement. That was another one.
Oh yeah, there it is. Damn, forgot about that one.
I'm telling you, we had so much good shit back in the day. I used to be able to come home from like school and just like plop down and watch the TV.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was always something on.
Dude, now there's 900 fucking channels. There's too much. There's too much.
It is too much because that's the thing. Like I can't. You could sit me in front of cable, right? But I'll feel too antsy to watch anything. Like,
yeah.
You know, it's like I don't want to watch this. Like, I want to watch this instead, but now I want to watch this. You know?
Even Netflix is getting tough for me to fucking. There's so much there. It's like, do I start this? Do I want to start this? You know, and I play. If it's a movie, I play it out in my head real quick, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to watch this. You know, it's going to take 20 minutes for this to happen. It's just, it kind of sucks. You know, back in the day, I had 10 channels, 50, 30 channels, 40 channels. I don't know, maybe fucking. And so did my friends. And we all had basically the same channels, you know. And
so you got a frame of reference for everything,
right?
You know?
Right.
But now
same shows.
Exactly. Now you can like that happens to me all the time at work. Like, you know, the shit I'm into, nobody else knows about it, and the shit they're into, nobody else knows about it. So it's just like that, man. You don't. It's not a lot of frame of reference unless you follow sports or something like that.
Right. That stays pretty consistent, I guess.
Yeah, which unfortunately I don't. Only sport I watch is a fake sport. So
which one?
Professional wrestling.
Yeah, buddy. I've been watching that shit lately too, man.
Oh yeah, it's pretty hype now, right?
Dude, it just I want to be involved. I want to be able to throw something in the conversation, man. A lot of my friends watch that, you know, and
right.
I want to know. I want to be able to talk. I want to have some frame of reference of what the fuck they're saying and shit, you know. And being a soap opera that it is, it hooks you.
Right. Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
Light and sinker. You know, I want to see Asuka and fucking Alexa Bliss fight at fucking the first ever Women's Royal Rumble or whatever.
Oh, hypeness. Yeah.
You know, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Fucking 30 women and.
So, do you watch Raw and Thunder or Thunder? Shit, they used to be Thunder. Shit,
throwback.
Yeah, right. That's a real thing. I forgot.
Yeah. WCW.
Yep, but it's so. Do you watch Raw and SmackDown, or you just have one show?
Because I don't watch TV, I don't even have cable or anything like that. I just I watch the clips on YouTube pretty much.
There you go.
To catch up on everything, and I feel like I don't miss much either.
No, you sure don't.
I catch all like the highlights or in the tail end of the matches or whatever, and it's pretty good. Like I'm really into wrestling now. I think it could improve or whatever, but
yeah,
they got a lot of talent.
Definitely. It seems to be like it's something I like to just throw on in the background and shit because for me, I got to watch the whole 3-hour show.
Yeah.
You know, which really there's only about 45 minutes of wrestling in because the rest is all that bullshit talking, which drives me fucking nuts.
Right.
So I got to just have that on in the background while I'm doing like real shit in the house.
Yeah. Because even the talking parts aren't like funny like they used to be.
They used to be worth watching. Yeah, The Rock on the mic, fucking Steve Austin and the NWO and just
personalities.
Yeah, actual personalities. Exactly. Now it's just like
so
weird.
Scripted now.
Exactly. And so PG.
Oh yeah.
PGGG. It's tough. But
that's what happens when you play anything too safe. You just lose the value of it.
But for some reason, I still fucking watch it, man. I don't know.
I mean, it's still like, it's still like a physical, it's still like athleticism and stuff like that. It's a story to it. And it's cool stuff that people are doing that, you can't normally do. So, it's interesting.
Right. And they do. I like seeing all that work that these dudes do with the kids and shit like that, man. They're like heroes for them fucking kids. And
they really are. They really are.
That shit will bring a tear to my eyes sometimes because they know how to do that shit really fucking good. Like
that's why I can't talk shit about wrestlers. Even like, when you don't like a certain wrestler, like, oh, John Cena, man, you suck.
Right.
Man. You may wrestling worse, but it's like, no, he's a hero. Like he's doing all this stuff for kids.
Yep. You see him come out on Christmas then? Did you see him come out at the Chicago show on Christmas?
Yeah, that was really good. Really good.
He came out and the first thing he did was gave his shirt to some fucking kid that looked like he got in an accident or he was all fucked up and shit, and I was like, man, that's fucking cool. Just made that kid's fucking world,
Seriously.
For 5 seconds of fucking something.
And he dedicates so much time to it too. Like,
you see all that shit, all that behind the scenes shit that they do, man. Going to the fucking hospitals and all sorts of things. It's really fucking cool. It's very positive. There's like really nothing that you could really pick apart and be like, oh, this is so fucking negative. These are negative role models. Blah blah blah. It's all positive.
Right.
as fake
Yeah.
as it is.
Yeah, that's why I respect him, man. Like, it's, you know, even if you don't like, you know, what he does in the ring or his, you know, whatever storyline he's in or whatever, like,
Right.
it's all about, you know, what he's about as a man, and
Mhm.
I definitely respect him.
For
Respect what he
sure.
does. Yeah.
Got me as a kid, and I was looking at those guys as my heroes, man. That's why I still watch that shit too, man.
Man, I was obsessed with it back in the day. I
Right.
had like all the toys. We had like playground wrestling gangs.
Uh-huh.
We were different factions. You had NWO, you had DX.
Yes.
You know, it was.
We made shirts. We were the New Delavan Order, the NDO. Man, in high school, we would fucking wrestle and shit, just each other.
Yeah, we
So
had
much
back in the
fun.
day in our elementary school. We had separate sides from the boys and the girls during lunchtime, during recess. And the boys, you know, of course, we get together and wrestle. We weren't supposed to. We get in trouble for it all the time.
Right.
And I had a wrestling group too. You ever watch Beavis and Butthead?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Definitely.
my group was called Cornholios.
Yes.
And and our biggest rivals were the Wolfpack. And
Nice.
we used to go at it, man. We used to fucking go at it.
The fucking wolf pack. The red
I don't-
NWO.
Seriously, I don't think they let kids get away with shit like that anymore. But that was so awesome every day doing that.
Big time. Big time.
Yeah. Like the shit.
What kind of music you been fucking listening to?
Well, lately it's been you ever heard of stoner metal?
No, but I can understand probably what it is.
You probably understand perfectly what it is. You should you should probably YouTube it. They have there's this channel called Stoner Metal with Doom, and they got some pretty good like 40-50 minute albums of you know, some up and comers or some people who aren't that famous or whatever.
Cool.
And one of my favorite songs is actually this song by Electric Wizard called Funeropolis. But it's
Funeropolis?
Yeah, or I might be pronouncing it wrong. It's either Funeropolis or Funerop, something like that.
Funerolopolis or
Funerolopolis. I think you got that perfect.
I see it. Funerolopolis by Electric Wizard.
Yes, it's just like some chill ass heavy metal, man. Some dank ass fucking heavy metal. Like, I can listen to it and write perfectly. Like,
That's
it's
cool.
not.
Very.
It doesn't.
Very cool.
It's not too distracting, right? But it's energetic enough to, you know, to pump the blood. So
Where did you hear about that? Just find them on YouTube?
In the YouTube hole, you know,
Yep.
just, you know, random shit, and came across that, and I'm just obsessed with it now. Right before that, it was I think it was like electronic music I was listening to. I was like, fuck all that, man. Like, I'm into stoner metal now.
Well, it's important, I think, to fucking switch up fucking your musics, man. Or I don't know if I'm saying that right. I just don't think anybody who listens to one style of music is a very interesting person.
Yeah, I don't follow music like religion like most people do. Like, if I like something, I like it.
Right.
I listen to it. And,
right.
I have like the most random collection of shit in my playlist.
For sure. I think you can find out a lot about a person if you grab their playlist and hit random and listen to the first 10 songs. You know, you kind of get a feel for what that person's feeling right now or what they're fucking going through.
Right.
You know, if they're all deep, dark, and Haiti, or they're like really poppy and fluffy, or
right. I don't know. Like, it's everywhere with me. Like even like when I went through, like, I was listening to electronic shit like all last year. EDM basically all last year, and then I found that stoner metal, and it was just like, damn, like, I don't even want to listen to EDM right now.
Shit.
And I'll even go back to one of my older playlists and go, like, you know, I listened to half of this shit, like, what the hell? So it's just, I don't know, it's the mood changes, the brain changes, something.
Yes, that's for sure. Yeah, because I went from Skrillex and hard dubstep to lately I've just been all over these chicks, this fucking Bishop Briggs and this band called Shade, and this other chick who sings, her name is Amy Shark. You know, it's a very different from Skrillex to fucking oh, I love you, you know, just fucking good shit. But for some reason, it's nonstop, dude. I listen to literally nothing but these chicks lately for like almost a year now. Fuck, man, since April is when I fucking discovered Bishop Briggs, and then discovered Shade when we went and saw her, and just been on that whole kick since April. So 8 months, man. And the rest of my music I like just don't want to listen to for some reason. I don't know why, but I think it's what you said. It's just the change, your feelings, where your head's at, I guess, or what, you know. I guess I'm getting older this year. I'm kind of reflecting on life and shit. So maybe like these chicks are a little bit more like emotional type music, and
definitely,
not like whiny shit, but more of like just more slower and fucking them. I guess the word emotional is what it is, but it's crazy how. And then in a few months I'll probably be on some Limp Bizkit and Corn from like early 90s and shit. It's weird.
Yeah. Because even I go through it. Like, I'll go through a period where I'm like, why the fuck do I listen like Limp Bizkit? But then eventually I go back to like, this is the best shit ever. Like, what the what the fuck? Yeah, so I understand that completely. If what my buddy Daryl says is to be believed, it's like something to do with your frequency. Like, you're not always in the same frequency.
All right.
And you basically, just the shit I was sending you in those DMs is like, I was on some spiritual shit.
Yep.
It's basically because of my friend Daryl. It's he's been explaining some shit to me that kind of makes sense in a weird way.
I like it.
And it's I'm keeping my mind open to it at least. But me, I'm like a very logic oriented. If I can't see it, if it's not in front of me, I don't believe it.
Yep.
But he got me thinking about like maybe the universe is the sort of thing that does shit, and stuff happens depending on like your frequency with the universe, shit like that. Like, I don't know. I'm more open to it now than I've ever been in my life.
I'm with you on anything like that, and even that thought that you were just going with right there. I can understand that and be interested in more of what you're saying there for sure.
Yeah,
the
like,
universe is a very interesting fucking place, man.
Yes, it is. And that's one of the things that lately I've been into is like martial arts. Like, I've been trying to get into it like for the last 10 years, right?
Right.
And all of a sudden, I meet up with this guy Daryl, once in a lifetime meeting, right? Because we haven't seen each other for about 10 years. And the first thing that comes out of his mouth is, like, I've been training martial arts. And I'm like, nice. Yeah, like, how long have you been doing that? And he's like, for the last 10 years. So basically, he's been doing that shit since the last time I seen him.
Right.
So I haven't, and I'm like, damn, where do you go? And he's listing off all these places that I've been interested in. I'm like, damn, just like plop down in front of me.
Right.
Like, it's crazy. I'm thinking about like, this is a crazy coincidence. And then he goes into this spiel about the universe and, shit opening up to you and stuff like that. And then he introduced me to this other shit I've been interested in, like, just research based from my books, like, some like esoteric type shit.
Uh-huh.
And he knows about all this stuff. I'm just like, it's just crazy that like this one person can be put in front of me that opens me up to this stuff. And now that I'm doing more of this stuff, like I'm doing martial arts, I'm at a Buddhist temple and stuff like that. I practice it every week.
Nice.
And now that I'm finally doing this stuff, a lot of stuff he says makes a lot of sense to me now.
Mm-hmm.
Like even, I don't know, I'm not completely buying it, but it just makes a lot of fucking sense. So I don't fucking know. Like I'm confused because like my mind's trying to like, connect these things.
Right. It sounds like you're hella interested though.
I'm hella interested
in those answers.
Yeah. And I'm keeping an open mind about it. So yeah. So that's kind of like the craziness I've been telling you about. Like, as soon as I like, open myself up to more of that spirituality, like I've been running into all types of spiritual people, psychics, and, a lot of people have been kind of like attracted to me and like approaching me for different shit.
Uh-huh.
Like at the movie with Dante, I forgot to tell him, but before I met up with him, this psychic asked me if she could read my palm. And yeah, that just came out of nowhere. Like, and I'm just like attuned to this sort of stuff now. Like why is this happening all of a sudden? Like, like all these lessons and messages and stuff about the universe is cropping up. And, I talked to a bunch of people about it. A lot of people know about this shit too. So it's just real strange to me.
Well, it's strange to me sometimes too, is you could ask somebody about the universe and they'd be like, what? What do you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have no fucking interest or thought ever about it. Like, or if you just ask somebody the simple question of what do you think happens when you die? You know, they get a real fucking confused look on their fucking face, man. And it's like, what? You never even thought about that, bro? Like, that's going to happen.
Right.
You know,
Eventually.
it's going to happen, man. You know? And you better have a fucking some sort of idea what you think's gonna fucking happen, bro. Like shit. I was gonna have a whole podcast before this one. I was gonna do one because I got this side thing going that I write down something called the total self. Every once in a while I'll get on some universe shit and life and what we are and where we're going to be after we leave here and shit like that. And I've got my own little version of what the fuck's going on. And that's, but I need to like write that shit down. So I've got that in a separate document on the side, you know, so I can kind of remember these thoughts because some of them are really fucking crazy, but it makes sense, you know, after you talk with certain people and hear their views and shit, and they kind of help connect the dots and shit like that. And I wish I had like a really cool fucking specific example off the top of my head, but I didn't really plan on talking about that right now. But
right. I feel you. That's one of those things that, you know, just crazy things that's been happening lately. I can't explain that sort of thing, but it's there, you know.
What do you think happens when the lights go out?
You know, I'm just very logically minded. I just think we break down and go into the earth and we're nutrients and maybe our energy spreads in the universe or whatever. But I just think of it from a very scientific point of view, but I'm not I'm not a scientist at the end of the day. I just don't think of it in terms of metaphysical or anything like that. Just because I don't know.
Right. I hear that 100%.
Yeah.
But I wonder, because that's like what you described as like the meat sack that's around us. Because because you are the real you is that voice you hear in your head that I can't hear. That's you can hear that sounds like you, that'll say the truth without coming through your mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's the real.
Right. Damn, man.
So where does that come? Right. That's
damn. That's pretty fucking deep right there. I never thought, because I knew that consciousness was there, but I never thought about it separate from the shit that comes out of my mouth. But you are entirely right. That is a whole nother conscience right there.
So my wondering is I'm on board with what happens with my physical body, you know, what happens, but a lot of people seem to think you just turn off, you know, like a light switch and you just see black. But I can't think that's true, you know. And I don't know, like, you know, what our consciousness is too fucking, there's too much unknown about it, first of all.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't, it's hard to even understand what the fuck consciousness is.
Right.
You can't really physically weigh it or anything like that or see it, but we all know it's there, but we just don't know why it's there.
Right.
So
yeah.
Maybe, you know, and here's another thing, like we might not know, we might not have the terms right now in our language to even describe what happens afterwards. And I do have an example, because what I kind of think happens is if I died like after this podcast, I feel like my consciousness is going to leave and go back to something that I'm calling the total self. And I say something because my feeble brain and words we don't have words for that yet. And an example of that is what I just said. When I die, that my brain or my consciousness will like upload to my total self. And 20 years ago, the term upload didn't even exist. You know what I'm saying?
I see,
you know what I'm saying? So like, whereas now if you say that, we all understand, okay, I kind of get what you're saying. You know, your consciousness will like upload itself, and we can understand that. So maybe the words and descriptions will come in the future. But with our limited capacity right now, trying to describe what really fucking happens is, I think, fucking still just a gamble, kind of a shot in the dark. Everybody has their own fucking thing, but I'm fairly confident that you don't go to this fucking pearly gate. I don't think you get judged on the things you did last Friday.
Right.
You know, and I don't think that whole spleel is real. So, I mean, I know that much,
Yeah.
but trying to figure out what, because if that's not true, then what does happen? And, you know, that's when you start putting the experiences of your life, the people you've talked to, and their ideas, and you start putting it all together
Right.
into your own fucking version of what the fuck's going on.
Right.
You know, and that's where I'm at too, as far as like spirituality and shit. And that's why I wanted to do a podcast about the total self, so I can kind of share my thoughts with other people, but more importantly, get feedback, and hopefully somebody else is out there kind of thinking the same things, so we can bounce ideas off of each other. And I'll give you a quick example of that. One of the podcasts that never aired for the BrahjCast was me and my brother interviewed this chick who's a full-on Wiccan. Full-on believer, very cool chick. She's also a midwife. She helps, you know, in the giving birth process and shit like that, and she actually helps in the entire 9 months, but blah, blah, blah. But all that said, full-blown Wiccan, full-blown, you know, basically a witch, a nature witch. But when we got to, and I didn't lead with it, it was 2 hours into the conversation when we got to this part about what happens after you die. She's like, look, this is going to sound pretty fucking weird to you guys, but then she basically proceeded to tell me everything that I just told you about your consciousness uploading into basically something called the total self. And I was shitting my fucking pants because I was like, here's this chick I've never met. She's from fucking a way different background. And we basically arrived at the same fucking answer with a way different looking problem, you know, like a way different looking problem, but the answer was still the exact same fucking answer.
That's what I'm seeing too in my little adventures. Is exactly that. Like, there's a lot of shit out there, right? A lot of metaphysical shit, but a lot of it is seemingly, you know, they're aiming towards. A lot of it's combining, right? A lot of it's combining into, you know, whatever the fuck it is, and a lot of it, you know. A lot of people have these, like you say, these answers to this, you know, to this question of like where the fuck we're going. And like you say, you just gotta listen to it and, you know, form your own conclusions. But that's the thing. I think that's where I am. Is like you have to be open to it, because there's obviously something there that we're not able to measure or quantify, or you know, there's something else there. That's why I myself can't completely close myself off to it, even if I'm being like super logical, man. Like I can't. It's just something there, man. It's just something there, and we can't, you know, we don't have the tools to measure. Like you said, we can't do anything about it at the moment. We don't have a lot of shit we need to understand it, so it's just there. So I'm with you on that. I'm 100% with you on that, and a lot of people have interesting answers to that.
Yeah, I feel like in a nutshell, we, and this might sound fucking really weird because this isn't a nutshell. I'm not having the proper time to really build this up.
I hear you.
As just like I'm trying to explain what my book's about. But in a nutshell, human beings, I don't even want to say humans because I don't know the proper term, but when our brains got big enough inside probably an ape's head, right, or some sort of like Neanderthal or some shit, some sort of brain was finally big enough to handle the raw power of consciousness. It can't go in a fish, can't go in a fucking cat. The brain is just not a big enough engine. You're asking fucking Windows 93 to run Photoshop fucking, you know, 2018. It's not gonna fucking happen. So brain got big enough, boom. Total selves, man, I don't even know how to explain this. For lack of better words, total selves, we're all flying around in the universe. A spot opens up on this planet Earth. There's a spot that can handle our consciousness. We zap into the brains basically, and like we're here, we're born. Man, this is hard to explain real quick.
No. I'm getting the gist of it. Yeah.
The gist, yeah. We're born. with a fraction of our total self. Obviously, if you can envision like 1% of us is here on Earth and the other 99% is up somewhere else outside of the universe or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we were born with all 100% of this knowledge, we wouldn't fucking... Okay, let me rephrase that, because why we're here is to get every single thing we can out of Earth, because Earth is entirely unique to this universe.
Mm-hmm.
And these bodies that we're in allow like the Earth offers us these emotions called love and fear and happiness and hate and every other emotion that I'm not listing. We're here to learn and understand and feel all of these things as part of our total self. So we is basically making a pit stop at Earth, feeling and learning everything that we can about here until our meat sacks basically expire, upload ourselves back out and go on to the next one basically, and learn about our next experience will be fucking learning about a different wherever we're at. And I don't want to use the word feelings because again, I don't know what it would be, because we're using words that kind of are like Earth-like terms, and I'm sounding really spacey now, but fucking, it's just, that's kind of like the basis of why I think we're here, is to learn as much as we can about this Earth and to feel and to experience as much as we can in the years that we're here, and then fucking take that to somewhere else that we don't know because that total self is somewhere fucking else, but take that with us when we're done and go on to the next one, basically. And that can be why sometimes people feel like they're fucking have lived this life. That's why like a 3-year-old can play fucking the piano like Beethoven, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe they have been here before, maybe they've come through once before or something like that, or it could help explain like alternate planes of reality or different fucking feelings of like past lives and shit like that. It's just, I'm trying to fucking find some sort of like vessel for all of why all this is happening. Why would we be here? What is consciousness? What even happens when we sleep? Why do we fucking sleep? There's a lot of weird shit now, but fucking, I have a lot of questions still with my theories, and I like bouncing them off of other people's, and to see kind of what they think or if they agree or just hearing their fucking input basically. But
right,
it's kind of where I'm at right now with the whole why we're here and shit like that. But
hey, that sounds cool. That sounds like a lot more interesting than like a lot of the other, fucking reasons for that shit, creation reasons or whatever. So, I'm very skeptical, but at the same time, like it sounds very, I think out of all of them, that sounds like that's the one I would want to be true.
Right. Maybe that's what I'm trying to tell myself, is I just want that to be true.
No, but it sounds very, interesting. Like it has, there's enough stuff to make you think like, I wonder, is that true?
Right.
So I don't know, like who fucking knows? And maybe you have something there.
Right. And it's like, who's right?
Who's right?
Right, man.
That's where I'm at. I think if I'm feeling that my whole life, I'm doing good. Cause how do you know?
Exactly. How
do you know unless you know,
Right. We're not going to know until it's too late and you can't come back and be like, this is what it is.
Right. So I'm just me, myself personally, I'm just awed by it all. Like, I don't know. At the end of the day, if it's all just good stories, then it's all just good stories. But I don't know. I think there's just something more. Like I just don't know what the fuck it is, but I'm just open to everything.
I hear that. What I do know, though, is that I just don't accept basically the majority of what people are accepting right now as to what it is. And I kind of want to shake people sometimes when they fucking think the things that they think and praise the things that they praise and shit like that. And
right.
And it's cool to believe in something and shit and get behind things. I'm all about that, but I'm not all about like doing 100% like going all in on that and totally not allowing a possibility that you're wrong.
Right.
Everything in that I say is like, you know what, I could be wrong. I could
Right.
definitely be wrong, but you will never, ever, ever hear that from a person who follows like a one of the big religions, you know?
Yeah, I think yeah, my problem with that is like it's something that people are typically born in, the religions they choose.
Exactly.
And there's no intellectual or there's no sense of like exploration. Like you're just not gonna you're not gonna think about things to see what else is out there. Like you're not using your mind to.
That's a really good point.
Figure things out. That I think that's my problem with like I have no problem with Christianity, right? If it brings something to people, like if it if it does give people something, if it gives them something to hope for or what have you. But my thing is like if that's all, and if you use that to like basically shit on other people, then I have no patience for it.
Exactly. And like you said, unfortunate, there's a lot of kids just born into it, and they're born into very large families that's just how it is, man. And you're not going to really fucking speak up against it. Even if you are sitting there in church thinking, what the fuck is going on here? You're probably not going to speak up,
Yeah. Like I used to actually, cause I grew up Christian and things like that. And I actually used to get in trouble for reading the Bible in church. So yeah, I had a very, me and religion, we split hard when that happened. We split super hard. Yeah, because I remember that, and I remember I was forced to listen to the preacher. Even I understand, but to get in trouble for getting the truth firsthand is just crazy.
Right, and like, come on, I don't know all those dudes at Vatican City. I guess this is going into a way different arena, but the whole religion fucking conversation is very strange to me. Because I really can't see a bunch of fucking dudes. This is the thing, is they're majority dudes, and their majority are their old white dudes, thinking that, like, God, really? You really think God's talking to these dudes and they're fucking like relaying some message to you? Like, what the fuck? Like, you really think that? Like, what year is it? Like, I don't understand how people can really believe that shit.
Yeah,
but I wasn't born into it. I was born into more of a free thinking, I guess, so I don't know. It's just so odd to me and so strange.
Yeah. Like I just look at all that stuff. I look at that. I look at all the other religions. I look at, just people who are just playing spiritual on, different levels. And I just think something's there.
Yeah.
Because I don't think every one of those persons can be completely wrong.
There
I think you could be wrong about, the details and stuff like that, but there's something else to that human experience. There's a reason beyond like military and stuff like that religion exists. To some degree, it may exist to unite people and stuff like that, but spiritually, I just think there's something there. And I think that's just people just, in those religions, they just find a way to access that and to empower themselves. But there is a lot of people who they're in that sort of thing just for like, just so they can like rise to the ranks and like tell people what the fuck to do and stuff like that too. Right. So it's a mix. Like the word religion itself means a lot of things for different people, but that's why I prefer I prefer spirituality over religion,
Yeah, I like that.
That, when you talk to somebody who's spiritual, it sounds like it typically sounds like they're on a journey where they're on discovery, but religion typically is like you're kind of pledging yourself to something,
Wow, that's pretty well put. Yeah, I think that's exactly right. There's something, you were using the term spirituality earlier, and I liked it. I was like, yeah, I can get behind that, like subconsciously I was cool with that term.
Yeah, like when I just say that because when I talk to people about it, spirituality brings up less of a weirdness than religion than when you talk to somebody about religion, quote unquote. So I think that's how people look at it. I'm just kind of saying how I think people look at the two terms. I don't know the dictionary definition.
Right. Right. Me neither.
And I probably should, but
Well, shit, man. We've been on for 2 hours already, brother.
Yeah, talk about all types of shit, huh?
Fucking A, right? So if we talk again in 3 months, how far will you be in Hell's Glitch then? Will you be done?
I will probably be. Sorry, I will probably be. I can't even say it. I will probably be done. I will definitely be done with Kalika. Maybe 2 Kalika books, but I would definitely be done with 1 Kalika book and probably the final Hell's Glitch book, the final main series Hell's Glitch book. And
then on to editing, or you think you're talking done?
Kalika, I'm gonna be done right now in about maybe a week or 2, and then I'm probably gonna publish it at the end of January.
Damn, really?
Yeah, Kalika is a short story that's a little bit slightly longer than a short story, and Hell's Glitch is gonna be super fucking long. So I might have that one done by May if I'm lucky. But yep, those 2, and I should be at any point in time you're talking to me. Hopefully, I'm working on 2 books at once.
There you go.
So that's the plan.
Well, I just wrote it down in my notes that next time we talk, that's where you gotta be. You better have 2 Kalika stories done and finished with this Hell's Glitch right now.
Oh yeah, if I'm not, man, you just talk shit to me on Twitter. You being a bitch right now, man. Get that shit done. God damn it. Cool. Yeah. What about yourself? What are your plans for the next couple months?
Man, I should be, if we're talking 3 months, I should be at least 3 chapters farther than I am now. And if I'm 7 chapters in, I should be at least, I'm setting realistic goals for myself. I, of course, would love to be done with book 2 in 3 months.
Right.
But I realistically feel like I can at least get 3 chapters done in 3 months. And that's what I'm putting down for my goal here.
Mm-hmm. I respect the max and min goals. I respect the hell out of that.
Right. 3 chapters more in Haley Spaghetti 2 Sudia.
And that makes sense because I remember one reviewer saying your chapters were long as hell. So
yeah, right. That's good. So it's going to be at least 3 chapters, 97 pages. So shut that fucker up. But I know I will be happy as fuck when the next time we talk, and I can say that I'm on chapter 10 instead of chapter fucking 7.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
Because that means 2 or 3 more months, I should be fucking done.
Damn, already?
Yeah, 2018, I want to fucking get this book done and edited by this year. I'd love to bust out a fucking finished copy for everybody on Christmas or something like that. Not even have my wife know and shit, or something cool like that would be really, really dope.
Totally, man. Totally do it.
Right. Damn it. Goals. Now I'm writing that down too right here in these fucking notes. Christmas book is done.
Yeah, imagine that bad boy's gonna be thick too. So that's like a nice Christmas present.
Don't be a bitch, it says. All right, Belart Wright. I think it's time for us to say goodbye. It's been good. It's been fun. What's the official WattPad that listeners can fucking find you at?
All right. You can just search me on WattPad at Belart Wright, or you can search for Hell's Glitch. You can probably just Google Belart Wright, and that's probably one of the first pages that are gonna pop up.
That's for sure. That is actually what happens when you do Google Belart Wright. You see all of your shit, which is really awesome. It's sweet that you don't share a fucking famous name with something other crazy, so you have to share all that Google space.
Man, I share my name with a fucking Italian furniture company. I Googled my shit for the first year that I published. I could not find one. I had to go 10 pages in to find my name. So.
Damn, but now you got
fucking
content.
Time.
You pushed everybody out now, though, huh?
Yeah. Nice. Thankfully for the content, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, well, fucking A. Well, we will be in contact with, always stay in contact on Twitter, but we'll definitely have you back on in 3 months. And then in 2 weeks, too, I'm going to have Dante on, too. So that should be really fucking fun, too.
Hell yeah, man. I'm going to listen to that shit. I actually got some BrahjCasts from 2017 to listen to, too. So I'm going to binge one of these days and go crazy.
There you go. Yeah, we had a dude on it. We talked about the fucking Bitcoin that's been going on, the whole fucking sensation about that, and that was a really fun fucking talk.
Yeah, the ones I look forward to are that one and the one with the Egyptian. I think it was the Egyptian pyramids.
Yeah, I gotta talk to that dude again too, because he wants to fucking he got a hold of me and asked me when he wants to come back on, because he wants to fucking talk about these elongated skulls of Peru that he is the fucking #1 world fucking guy on. He wants to talk about all this shit, so it's like,
dude, yeah.
Not only am I doing all this, but then that means I got to do my homework. I got to.
So yeah.
So
That's true. That's true.
it's a lot of fucking work. It's like shit, because I don't want to sound like a dumbass when I'm talking.
Right.
But he's cool as shit. I was nervous as fuck when he came on, but he was cool as shit. Just a normal ass fucking dude who, I don't want to say he was nervous coming on here, but I'm sure he was like a little nervous because this is a legit show or whatever. So, I mean, I just had to kind of remember that he's just a fucking human being too, man. And after fucking 2 seconds of talking to him, I realized he was cool as shit, and I could just hear it in his voice, and it made it a lot fucking better. But talking to these guys at first is really fucking nerve-wracking, man, because these guys are the #1 dudes in their field, and I'm
real deal,
I'm asking them fucking questions and shit.
Man, you gotta be top tier when you do that type of shit, because all types of people are gonna be searching for these dudes.
Exactly. And when I talk to like someone like him, I can't be swearing, and I'm trying to fucking be all proper and shit, and then I could talk to fucking normal people like you. I could be myself, and I got this super, I collect Jose Canseco cards, and I got this guy coming on that's the Canseco collector in this whole planet, and I think he's a church going fella and stuff like that. So I got to kind of dial it back, and it's going to be tough because I get so excited about all my Canseco cards and shit.
Right.
And I want to say, Jesus Christ, this fucking card is the shit, blah blah blah, and it's like, woof, got to fucking dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, that's one thing nobody could ever say about your show is that they will expect the next guest.
No, that's for sure.
You will never. This is the most random collection of
it is
of guests ever, and I love it.
Even if I say who's coming on, and they're not going to be the person, because every time I have said this is going to be the person, it never ends up being that person. So, yep, it's always just a fucking random fucking who knows.
It's all good, man. Work in progress.
Exactly. But fucking A, dude, thanks for coming on this time. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, man. I fucking look forward to fucking doing this again in 3 months. That sounds like a very fun time.
All right, brother. Well, I'm going to fucking let it go at that. You fucking stay safe, stay good, keep writing, all right?
All right, you too, man, and stay warm out there. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm going to try. All right, later, brother.
All right, take care, man.
Peace. All right, everybody, that's the show. Big thanks to my guest, Belart Wright, for taking the time out to come onto the podcast and update us on what the hell he's been up to. Remember, you can follow him on Twitter, @Belart Wright. You can also follow his WattPad. Just search Belart Wright. You're going to find him there. You can also follow me on Twitter if you ain't got nothing else to do. Just look up Chris Karowitz. You can also follow You can follow the BrahjCast. Look us up on YouTube or iTunes, wherever the hell you are. And if you want to read the greatest book ever written, stop on by to HaleySpaghetti.com. See what the fuck I'm all about. Other than that, can't wait to see you next time. Love you all. I'm out. Worst fucking outro ever. Jesus. Whatever. This is right. Good fucking try.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.